We had... remind me, Red. Had the race taken place?
We were going to open with that.
All right, perfect. So I was going to say, because the last thing I remember was us kind of testing out the track,
And then having a pool party.
and enjoying a hot tub and having a hot tub party. Yeah.
Which brings us to the race weekend proper. Did some dice rolls off screen, and Leona, you're not going to be particularly happy about this, but I did not roll particularly well on my D100s. Both of your drivers DNF'd.
DNF, does that mean crashed?
Did not finish.
Ah.
Oh.
That's not great. What's the condition of the car?
There was a lap one turn one incident because I rolled a 3, and then the other car got a 14, which is a mechanical failure.
Damn.
All right. Great. Lovely.
I
Well,
would like to suggest we blame I's fuel.
we've been using the fuel mix for the whole. We've been using the fuel mixture for the whole damn race. It's probably not that.
Let me quickly roll some more dice.
But actually, if I remember the lore, as I recall, we had like our fuel mixture did kind of induce a bit more wear and tear on our machines, but we knew that going into this, so the mechanical failure does make sense.
Okay, so here's what happened. Lap 1, turn 1. Someone got beached in the gravel. There are gravel traps scattered all over the place because this is also a motorcycling circuit. So
Right.
your rookie driver got beached, and then on the safety car restart, the other guy got 2 laps done before his brakes caught fire.
Okay, it could be worse. It could be worse.
So we got through lap 8 of 57, I believe, is the length of Sepang. And Leona, you're just kind of sat there for 48 laps, not doing anything in particular, and not really having anyone to pull for.
Yeah. Leona would probably excuse herself and head down to the garage to make sure everyone's okay, figure out what went wrong with the brake, make sure that the car that got in the gravel pit is otherwise in okay shape.
Apparently, when they did their standing start, the back right brake didn't disengage fully, so he was driving the entire length of the track effectively with 3.5 wheels, and then the brake just gave.
Cool.
All right. Well, considering he made it that far with 3.5 wheels, that's kind of impressive almost.
Doesn't score any points though.
No, look. This is our first. This is the one message Leona's got for people. Look, this is our first time doing this. We've done really well so far. We knew we were gonna have hiccups getting into this. It's nothing to be upset about as long as we learn from our mistakes. Not to mention, she would she's not going to talk about the fact that everyone I'm sure was under a decent amount of stress with the whole Shurtikawan threat.
They almost got shot and or exploded this entire week. So
Yeah, this hasn't been a great week for Marinhalf. I'm sure the stress got to a few people. Leona's gonna put down our poor performance here to just everyone being a bit stressed, and reasonably so. She'll see about arranging for everyone to relax at like a restaurant or a buffet after the race. Sure, we didn't do too well, but we made it out of here, and everyone made it out of here in one piece, more or less. So, honestly, considering everything Leona's willing to take, we lived as a victory.
excellent.
right.
Roll diplomacy real fast.
All right, I will roll a diplomacy. Come on, roll 20.
No.
To rally the men.
Got an 18.
You rolled a 3.
I did, but I got an 18. Just that good.
Disgusting.
The mechanics specifically take a bit more of a heartened demeanor. Like one of those incidents was completely out of their hands, and the second they'll have to investigate, but was probably nothing, but was probably nothing intentional by any stretch of the imagination. So
Right. Mechanics are getting right on it, but assuming our drivers are feeling a bit down in the dumps.
they're feeling they're feeling a bit better. None of this was their fault. It was just a bit of a poo weekend.
Yeah.
To
Everyone
quote the late great Murray Walker, the legendary Formula One commentator, anything can happen in motorsport, and it usually does.
Yeah. And that apparently includes terrorist attacks and fire elemental invasions.
Okay, I wasn't quite going there, but
I mean, fair enough. But yeah, Leona's not. She's just hopeful we can get all the vehicles will be in good order by the time we get to the old capital. And yeah, that evening Leona will start to pack her bags and get ready for last leg of the showcase.
while all that is going on, Norvin, another paper airplane hits you in the head.
Great.
It's a few more details about your order in the old capital. And they very quickly brief you on something that you were probably aware of, knowing you and how professional and tip-top shape you are. But some of your colleagues and those in your care may not have, and that is that the Old Capital Grand Prix happens to almost coincide with the nation's summit. And lacking a better description, it is pretty much the G8 essentially. What this means as far as you're concerned is that on the run up to the Grand Prix there are going to be a lot of very important people from a lot of very important countries doing very important diplomatic things.
All right. Extra. Keep an extra vigilant lookout. Then got it.
And also Leona's dad is going to be in attendance.
Great. So she also probably knows about this then.
Yeah, she's probably quite aware. That is a question Leona would actually have for Sinbad if Chitterholm's Rat King will be attending the summit.
Sinbad will not know of this, would he?
The answer is no, probably not. But Chitterhome has recently been sending out a few envoys to such nations. Would you know if Chitterhome would have tried sending a attaché to Marinhalf at this point, or?
I'm almost
Attaché.
positive that Leona asked about
An attaché?
an attaché, diplomatic attaché. Basically,
Oh, diplomat.
yeah, basically a diplomat.
I don't think Sinbad would know about it unless he is informed about it and it becomes part of his job. But
I know that Leona basically contacted her father, gave him the details about Chitterhome a while ago, and that she was working closely with one of the king's most trusted men.
In that case, in that case, Sinbad probably is the attaché, and he just and the king of Chitterhome just happened to know that that the daughter of the big cheese of Marinhalf was running around doing car races, and just decided to dispatch Sinbad to intercept.
Just basically, Sinbad. Okay, congratulations! You now have an additional job. You are now a diplomatic attaché of Chitterhome. Yes, yes.
Sinbad lowers the letters like, I did not sign up for this.
Leona will pat him on the shoulder. He's like, "Don't worry, I can help. I can give you the rundown on the basics of this sort of job."
Also, the missive isn't yes, yes. It's affirmative, affirmative. Verily, verily.
Verily, verily.
Sinbad just sign, I am not built for diplomacy.
Uh,
I mean, I am
mean,
sure. Well, I'm sure our diplomatic relationships are well enough. I just don't see myself
Leona.
standing there giving speeches.
I know some kind
I
of
mean,
relationship between
you're not
you
a.
fitting in.
You're more of a diplomatic attaché. Your job is to mostly observe, more or less. And if asked, you just say, "Oh yes, I'm representing Chitterhome." Like, oh, just
Gotcha.
Leona's face goes blank. Oh God, so I'm going to have to introduce you to my father.
Wasn't that the plan already?
Yes, I suppose. I don't know, one more time to do that, but okay. Leona seems a little stressed by this But then again, she's been a little bit stressed by this whole arrangement. Although with Thibin going off to found a cult, her stress has technically gone down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well,
we go hunting a cult.
We're not going to hunt. Look. The further away Thibin is from me, off doing her cult thing,
Was
the
not
happier
in
I
her
am.
character thing.
apologies. I'm not taking that call. Continue.
But yeah, for now, let's get ready to go. We're going to the old capital.
I have been ready for a while now. Actually, I'm always ready.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't pack. Leona sighs and hoists her luggage into a cart. All right, well,
Isn't that right,
we'll,
Yoshi? So you say?
I suppose we'll be heading out tomorrow. In the meantime, let's enjoy our last night here in Calimbao.
What do you have in mind?
Well, we never did get to go to the beach.
I believe you guys did. I was just getting to know.
Yeah,
Lucy.
you never got to go to the beach.
Hey, I was there. Right after I released Lucy.
Fine. We can just, I don't know, go to a restaurant or something.
Uh, since we're here, what did you guys end up doing with Mr. Scrit?
Has he committed any crimes or anything?
He's been on good behavior.
I mean,
Yeah,
conspiracy
Leona,
to commit however many crimes everyone else committed or was trying to commit.
conspiracy to commit a bunch of, yeah, Leona would turn him over to law enforcement, but definitely make sure that they know he's been on good behavior and has been incredibly helpful in mitigating the threats that the umpire has sent their way, and I'll turn to Sinbad. Do your people accept refugees from the umpire?
Do we?
You're relatively insular when it comes to migration in general.
I take that as a no.
Yeah.
All right.
Sinbad shrugs and just shakes his head.
Well,
Not particularly.
all right. Well, unless you want to offer him diplomatic refugee status, Mr. Diplomatic Attaché,
Yes.
we can either turn him over to the authorities here in Kalimbao or see if we can, I don't know, bring him along if we want to do that.
Hell no.
All right. We can turn him over to the authorities here in Kalimbao, and
I think that would probably be better.
Safe for him as well. Ain't that right, Norman?
probably.
Yeah. Thank you, Hinako, for reacting before I could here.
No.
All right. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll treat you well. 3 square meals a day. I'll make sure they give you extra cheese.
Mm, Very good.
It's a lot better than finding your way to Chitterhome.
Leona will, like, give him a small reward, a little bit of reward money for services rendered to Marinhalf, like 25 gold, not a lot, just enough so that he has like something to fall back on if/when he gets out of jail. Like set up an account for him at the local Kalimbao bank and make sure that that'll all be in good order for whenever they let him out.
Sure.
He does understand the concept of money, right?
No, he was asking, are you sure you're willing to do that for him?
It's entirely possible none of us would be alive here if not for your assistance, Grit. It's the least I can do.
Oh, well,
Alright.
many thanks, strange, red hair, slightly tamper lady.
Thank you, Grit. It's an upgrade from Boob Lady, so Leona will take it.
Well, I've got nothing for the rest of the day, so I suppose I shall, meander around with the rest of you. Maybe get a drink.
You know what? I could go for a drink too. Let's see if there's like a beachside bar and grill we can relax in.
It is called the Beachside Bar and Grill.
Perfect.
It is a chain.
Understandable. International or just a Kalimbao local chain?
Kalimbao local, as far as you're aware, you don't think they have those in Marinhalf, probably because it's landlocked.
We have like one coastal city.
Well, never mind then.
I'm honestly not even sure if it's technically coastal. It might just be a lake. It might be technically a lakeside city. Either way, it's like our one port.
It's coastal, I remember.
All right.
I mean, I arrived there by boat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah. Right. But yeah, Leona is enjoying herself, having some drink, sitting with Sinbad and the rest of the group as she tries to relax a little bit. We'll be heading to the old capital. I assume security is very good there.
Very.
I would be shocked if any rats got into the sewers, for instance.
Perfect. We can actually relax for once. Actually, Norvin, where is your order based out of the old capital?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yep.
Perfect.
Says me out of character.
Hmm.
Not quite remembering. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned at one point, but
Nope, you got it.
okay. Yeah, it is.
Perfect. Perfect. We should be. If the rest of your order is anywhere as capable as you are, Norvin, I'm confident we'll be perfectly safe.
Meanwhile, one rat with a bike, one fox with a bike, just strolling
Look.
in.
Look, there's also another good reason to not bring Skrit.
We're running out of bikes.
Or they have like police bikes Norden can use for from his order. Anyway, but yeah, Leona's just going to spend the rest of the evening drinking, relaxing, and enjoying herself, trying to unwind and hope that her nope, not going to think about what her dad thinks about the job she's done so far. Just focus on relaxation. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, Leona is just sitting at the bar, enjoying the food, chatting with the rest of the group and anyone who comes up to talk with her, and just sitting and enjoying herself.
Sinbad will definitely enjoy a drink. Think back to everything that's just happened. He just thinks of like, okay, well, I suppose now that been made a diplomat, I suppose I'll be sticking a bit further after the whole race is wrapped up. I'm guessing. That was said
I
out
mean,
loud.
yeah, Leona doesn't technically know the answer, but she will nod. That makes sense to me. I mean, so far you're the first person from Chitterhome to have any interactions with Marinhath's royal family, so I can see why your king decided making you the official diplomat might be a decent idea.
Is real close connections. I actually wonder how he got word that I was gotten close. Fucking Skyball.
Ryball? Oh, like
Yes. Go on.
so like a scrying spell sort of thing.
Yeah, but I think he has a crystal ball he likes to use every now and then.
The king himself, no. His spy master, yes. That spy master. That's bad. You think part of the reason you wanted to go out in the first place was to just try and get away from her, all of her shenanigans, constantly prying into your details, and that laugh. Oh, that hideous laugh. Uh,
But no. Sinbad just shivers.
You Leona puts a hand on the shoulder. You all right?
I'll
You cold?
live.
All right.
Eh, no, not really. Just thinking of if someone who's just as close to the king as I am.
Someone you're not a fan of, especially.
She is not a very clean one.
Hmm. See. Well, maybe the king making you his chief diplomat to Marinhalf is his way of letting you continue to get away from her.
That was particularly one of the reasons. And yet I decided to take up this job for him.
Hmm.
The main
I
reason
see.
is to look into. The main reason was
Sure.
to try and look into the Underpire.
Right, the Shurtika one. Well, we don't have a lot of information. Um, uh, at least that I'm aware of. I can speak with my father about possibly sharing any information that we might have with Chitterhome. But in the meantime, yeah, let's enjoy our last night here. We can worry about diplomacy and politics once we get in the old capital.
Don't go enjoying it too much now.
Tiffany
Hush, you.
smiles.
Sips her wine. Honestly,
Just like
you could probably stand to enjoy.
just like sort of leans over from the opposite side of Leona, just into Hinoko's view, and just eyebrow wiggles.
Honestly, I feel like you could do to enjoy yourself a little bit more. I think Norvin's had more time off than you.
You remember the last time I had some enjoyment? I got someone jailed.
No, you've just vanished for periods of time and never told us where you were going.
Fair. But hey,
You
now I've
have
got
been
a
out
bird.
enjoying yourself. You have a parrot.
That's
If
one
Bird
hot parrot.
if Burb is on Hinako's shoulder during all this, the moment Leona says parrot, he's gonna flap his wings menacingly.
Leona says parrot very incredulously, like, you sure that's a parrot? Sort of. It looks at the flapping burb. Huh. Right.
I never said
Your parrot.
I never said pet. That's what you said.
Whatever. Leona sighs.
There are many different kinds of birds.
I'm aware.
Yes, so why did you immediately go for a parrot when I said bird?
Preen.
Either way, Leona sighs and continues to drink her wine. Just try to enjoy yourself a little bit. Like I said, this is our last day here in Kallenbau. We can have a bit of
Give me
fun.
more meat.
I'm sorry, I just imagine Hinako banging on the table with a knife and a fork.
Hey, we're at a barbecue.
I know what I know what to do here. Suisei, yeah. Suisei is going to fly off into the distance for a little bit.
I didn't mean you need to get me meat, but sure.
Suisei comes back with like a covered tray in her talons. Takes it off, set to the side, grabs one of the spice shakers, tosses it over the dish. Boom! Presented.
Iona looks like just slow, like stone grinding on stone as she turns to Hinako. All right. I think I've had enough. I think I've had enough wine for tonight. Leona will down the rest of her glass, and I'm heading to the hotel room.
Good job, Tuesday.
Yep. Hmm. Uh, I'll head with Leona.
All right. Norvin, feel free to relax here. I'm sure Sinbad can keep at least one good eye on me.
His smile is just broadening more and more. Aye, the best eye.
And with
I certainly hope that was
get a
audible.
room.
the
Yes,
sigh
that
was
a
very audible.
sigh.
Great. I wasn't sure if it would pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on recording and everything.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Sinbad will just take Leona back to the hotel.
Yep. Leona will retire to her room for some R&R.
You are promptly halted by a yellow piece of tape that says "Do not enter."
Didn't we already clear this up? I think I basically asked for Sarah to, when she was up to it, like magic the room back into one piece.
There's still a bunch of fire damage, my dude. Did you forget what happened in there?
Yeah, I'm aware of what happened, but I'm aware that Make Whole is a spell. And it does the opposite of what it says. It unmakes whole.
Sinbad will just take her back to the safe house.
Nope.
Suppose we can.
Nope. Nope. Script. You can go back in for Pete's sake.
I was gonna say. I mean, we could always just use Sinbad's room.
That's true.
But yeah. Uh. All right. So that's what Leona is getting up to.
Sinbad will just keep her company.
Hinako starts wondering what rats stroke human question mark kids would look like.
Leona is technically an ASMR.
Emphasis on that first.
Yeah.
I am terribly sorry. I am horribly inappropriate.
No.
Okay, Consuela. Whatever happens in that room happens in that room, and the next day, everyone is starting to break down after the race weekend, and are beginning to make plans for the ride all the way to the old capital.
All right. Is there a train, a boat, Zeppelin?
I'm getting a lot of lag.
it turns out Kalimbao is a bit of a popular vacation destination, especially amongst the old capital denizens, because the old capital, much like Kalimbao, is a very extravagant place filled with a bunch of very rich people who do like them their tax havens. No, but seriously, Kalimbao might be a tax haven, but the old capital is very rustic, historic. A lot of well, I'm trying to use a word besides historic.
It's very important. A lot of history and governance and things happen there.
Well, uh, out outside out outside the town limits. Welcome to the old capital. Stuff happened here.
More or less.
Antique?
Point to a person sometime in the past 10 years who called a town antique.
Yeah, no, I can't really think of anyone who you got me there.
It's a historic history happened here. It was historical.
Yeah.
Right. To the point. To the point though. Not very many cities around the continent have a sort of airship system. They are usually only reserved for very large cities and places of importance. Luckily for you, though, the city-state of Kalimbao and the old capital are two such places.
All right, we're getting on an airship then.
Obviously, the equipment for the teams is going by a ground route because the entire point of an airship is that it goes up. And that's hard to do when you're lugging around 2 cars, a bunch of equipment, and all the personnel used to operate said equipment.
Of course.
So that will be sent along by a rail system, whereas you guys get to have the uppies.
So far.
Uppies.
The
Yes.
travel time, the travel time itself is still going to be a tiny bit lengthy. One of the downside is that airships don't travel super fast, but they are slightly faster than trains. So once you guys so you should so it'll be a bit of an overnight flight to get from Kalimbao to the to the old capital, but it should be an enjoyable one regardless.
Right. It's assuming it's anything like historical zeppelins. It's kind of meant to be a luxury situation. Sweet. Yeah, Leona is looking forward to this.
The other
No.
good news is everyone in the party is associated with Leona. So instead of a instead of a dresser drawer each for a room, you guys do have a few private cabins for your usement. For your usement. Good job, Redfern.
Yes, our usement.
Shut up.
And with Leona's permission, we'll probably bunk with Leona.
Leona is she's fine with this, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been on a zeppelin before.
Ah, Leona might have been once or twice. I've been once or twice, but it's certainly an experience.
Hmm. Sinbad just. I take it it's the next day. We're getting on to the Zeppelin.
Uh,
Or
yep, you guys take your time to get everything packed, and you take your time to say your farewells to whoever you might need to finish saying farewell to.
Yep.
Sinbad will just eye the Zeppelin. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. We're gonna be half hour in the air with nothing to land on.
Uh, 5,000 feet, Sinbad.
He shippers.
Leona pats him. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, not. Yeah, not, yeah, nothing to worry. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Says one of the flight crew. The entire blimp is made out of helium, and we fill it up with hydrogen gas. Nothing could be safer.
Blimp is made out of helium, you said.
No, no hydrogen. The shell is aluminum.
Can
Okay.
Sinbad make an alchemy check to see what could possibly go wrong with that?
You could try. Nope, perfectly
Well, it's a
safe.
16.
Perfectly safe. Absolutely nothing could ever go wrong.
God, you were all tempting fate.
Eh, it's just another mode of transportation.
In the sky.
Yeah, how long
Yep.
have these been a thing?
Let's not hope there aren't any sky pirates.
Be ridiculous. Where would Sky Pirates even get a Zeppelin? These things are expensive.
They'd steal it.
They might
Yeah, but
except
then they could just.
You know what? You two roll perception.
Which ones?
The two bickering with each other right now.
All right.
Hino and Linoko. You know what? I need a drink.
Hina. Hino and Linoko.
All right, here's the thing. You are not the only people who are interested in going directly from Kalimbao to the old capital because there is a very, very important car race going on. There are a lot
course.
of Gold's going to massacre me, but I'm actually trying to use this word properly right now. There are a lot of fancy people on this Zeppelin as well. Fancy people with very fancy business, and as a result, there is a very large amount of precious cargo you can see being labeled and hauled up the ramp to the storage bay.
I see. I'm not gonna mock you about the fancy thing. Don't worry.
sky pirates.
So, oh, how would they even get 5,000 feet up in the air?
Flying creatures?
Sky pirates.
It's at this point, Hinako, that you see a couple of very sharply dressed gentlemen present their tickets and board the blimp. They look like George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
That don't tell me shit. I know
I
they're
shall be
actors,
right
but
back.
I don't know shit about them.
Do you know? Are you familiar with a movie called Ocean's 11?
Nope.
Okay, never mind
Heard
then.
about it before, but somewhere, I think.
So that's red. So we may have to deal with a heist.
Past Leona
I-
rolls a box. Past Leona rolls a box that looks just large enough for a gymnast to fold himself into.
Leona's like, sure, Hinoko, they're overreacting, and makes her way onto the Zeppelin, looking back at Sinbad and smiling. She like nods and come on,
Coming.
don't want to leave you. Don't want to leave you behind now.
so how good can one of these things do with like sparks? Let's say.
Don't, says Leon. I'm pretty sure they build them with I want to say anti-fire wards and suppressant magic. So try to avoid sparks.
Hmm. Well, at least I can
Sorry.
still use a sword.
If Sinbad, if Sinbad hears all this, that is exactly one thing he remembers. Do not let the hydrogen near the flame.
Sinbad just lets out a heavy sigh and then puts his gun away into his bag. Can't really use this if we get in trouble. Don't want to shoot anything important.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't have to.
I swear, every word you say just increases the odds.
Yeah, there's
You
this
know what?
thing called jinx.
Your
I
high
believe
You
in
know
it.
what?
please.
I I will speak on Wild's behalf here. Why do you think Norvin hasn't said anything yet?
All right. You know what? I'll shut up and. You know what? If it'll make you feel better, I'll shut up and put my mouth to better use. They have a bar on board.
Sinbad's like tail just like went up for a second before she mentioned bar.
Bad rat.
bad, bad rat.
What?
Do not the sword tail.
It's not
Boing.
what now? Oh,
Yeah.
what? Excuse me for having an imagination.
Leona looks over at him and go, "What? What do you do?"
Nothing. Nothing. Moves on, pushing her onto the ship.
Boop. Leona is pushed on board.
So, do say you can keep your fires in check, right? Or are you going to have to fly a few distance away from us?
Grandma Fern, this is an awful time for you to call. I promise this will be fast.
Oh, no worries.
Once again, I would like to apologize with how inappropriate I may be sometimes.
Oh, it's fine. It's just the way Sinbad. It's just
No.
kind of.
No
I just
reason to
imagine
apologize.
kind of the way Sinbad is.
What did Wild say? Oh, sorry,
Well, didn't say
not,
anything, but I said,
sorry, not Wild. Wisp.
I said there's no reason to apologize. I've been pretty much just as nasty sometimes.
Ah. Alright, gotcha.
Yeah, no. I don't think any. Something about glass houses and throwing stones.
I'm sorry about that.
What?
Hi, Grandma Fern. Well, hello, Red Fern. I was folding laundry and thought of you.
Okay.
Because I thought about because I was folding laundry and I thought about people who do laundry and you do laundry.
Wow.
Anyway, did you watch the
Yay,
debate?
Grandma.
Maybe later, Grandma. So I get to call her back. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Hinako was talking to Burb. The
Not
bird,
sure if
the
Burp and I can understand each other, but
Bur, the Bur, the Burb tries to try. Oh my god, the Burb
do
tries.
it.
There's echoes. Nothing scrambles my voice more than hearing my own words reverbed back to me in real time.
Flinger.
It's you, Wisp. It's always you. Almost always.
I'm muted. Also, I saw Flinger's thing pop up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Stop on my end.
It can't be on my end. I have headphones in.
My microphone is off most of the time.
Either way, continue on.
The Burb shuts her flames off and she looks like a parrot.
I knew it.
Well, make sure you keep it that way as long as we're on this vessel. Okay?
Rock.
Guess I'll start boarding as well then. I'm not giving any luggage to any kind of people because I have only one bag and whatever's on my person. I'm keeping it on my person.
Same here.
Leona has a.
You do. You do see one gnomish security officer. Welcome aboard the ship, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have anything to declare in your luggage?
By declare, he means weapons.
Anything particularly hazardous, flammable, inflammable?
Me check my inventory.
Leona has will declare her ceremonial longsword, as well as just a utility knife, enchanted.
Looking at my
The gnome looks both of these over, returns them to the right to the rightful places, and bows politely. Thank you kindly, and may I see your boarding pass?
Of course, Leona hands hers over.
Miss Lady Leona Antos Miranda.
we know.
Correct. Leona gives Hinako a dirty look.
What? What's the parrot?
Gives the
Rock?
parrot. Looks over at the parrot. Sure. Anyways,
We know.
will that be all, sir?
I believe so. Welcome aboard the HSS to be determined.
Just to be determined.
The 2B.
Well, as long as you ain't gonna call
Alright.
it Heisenberg.
Alright.
That's what-
Leona will bow at the gnome and move past security checkpoints, waiting for her friend and bodyguards.
Which one of you two is the friend? Of you three?
Points at the rat.
I'm the friend advanced.
No, screw everyone. Norvin's the friend.
Nope. Oh, who's up next? Fuck, I guess Simba is.
Sure.
Simba will sigh, put his bag of holding down, just pull out his rifle, his 30 metal cartridges, his 10 flare cartridges, 2 gray dust cartridges, what else? 9 flasks of oil, 3 pepper pellet grenades, and 10 pounds worth of cow chops.
You don't have a knife.
Oh, and a rapier.
Oh yeah.
And he stops for a minute, hesitates, and then goes, "Oh yeah, I have a rapier too. 1 second."
Like pulls out a small arsenal. Oh, and a sword.
Come here, kitty. Come here. Come here. Come here. We're gonna pick you up. Hey. Whoop. Hold on. Sorry. I was trying to pick up Dexter, and then my chair just decided to stop sharing. Here we go.
Ah. The security cat is here.
Perfect.
Meow.
Imagining like this this little gray furred tabaxi security guard trainee.
The cat looks over the possessions, gives it a little sniff snoof. Sinbad is slightly uneased at the scrutiny, but without too many problems, the tabaxi gives it a nod, and he turns to the security guard. The security guard looks at Sinbad, and he says, "Please make sure your firearms are secured at all times."
He just nods, smiles, and just puts everything back into the bag of holding.
Oh, and please refrain from throwing the caltrops at the blimp.
I will do my best.
Splendid. And what about you other two? Anything
I'll go
dangerous?
next. I don't bother hiding any of it. We have a sword and a gun. That's it. I think.
The security guard looks at Norvin and goes, "Yeah, you look important." And without too many further complications, the security guard lets you on your way.
Great.
And he also takes a small glance at that belt buckle of yours and thinks to himself, "You know what? This doesn't seem like a guy I want to stop."
Fantastic.
And last but not least is the fox girl with like 2 pet carriers.
Okay. Joe says not amused if she's in a box. So on my belt I carry a blade, 10 chakrams, and a revolver, for no apparent reason. I don't know why I'm carrying a revolver. I hardly use the thing. Now in my bag, opens bag, puts head in there. Let's see here. Pulls out long gun, another revolver, 2 crossbows, and I guess these are dangerous. Pulls out 4 doses of venom. Where the hell do I have these? Oh, and a bottle of of wine. Does this count?
Depends on what you're planning on doing with the wine.
I was keeping it for I don't know. Whenever the lady, first lady, was cranky or something. I don't know.
The the first lady.
Yeah, the first lady of,
Leona.
of this group.
Hmm. All right.
The other lady.
What do you think, Agent Fluffy Face? Anything? Anything?
Agent Fluffy Face.
The mic isn't picking up on him. I'm not sure.
I
I'm not sure
I
why.
heard him a little. I heard him a little bit. I heard a from him.
Did hear
Anyway.
a squawk, yeah.
Agent Fluffy Face looks all this over, and
Head still pointing the bag. Nope, nothing else. Pulls her head out. Well,
very good.
other than my bedroll and stuff I need for travel, you know.
Oh no! Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry about that, Missy. Missy Nicole. How much trouble can you make with just a bedroll, after all?
Uh-huh.
Cuts to Jason Voorhees.
And with that, you four are pleasantly situated above the HSS to be determined.
Oh boy.
If you a few amenities, there is there's a nice lounge area on the upper deck, along with a bar, a couple of vendors who sell a few mundane and everyday magical supplies.
Wonderful.
And of course, your fantastic 4 luxury rooms located on the first deck below the surface.
Oh, lovely.
Very comfy.
You get yourself situated, and within a few minutes, you hear the wood of the hole in the airship creak to life. As you look outside the window, and you see the dock to the to the airship begin to part way, and very, very slowly disappear underneath you and a few breaks of cloud cover.
All right. Perfect.
It is about mid afternoon by the time the take ship off. The ship takes off. I don't know why I'm like this today.
No worries.
Ahoy, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. So far we have had a fantastic lift off, and we are now at our cruising altitude of 5,280 feet. I will turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, even though we don't have seats aboard this vessel. But please feel free to walk around and enjoy yourselves and our cruise. The plan is for us to touch down at 10:30 on the morrow. So please enjoy your time aboard the HSS to be determined. Please sample some of our fine wares, find some food, and just overall make yourselves comfortable. We will keep you updated with the weather and anything else that may come our way. And again, welcome aboard.
Sinbad is merely going to get to work getting a platter of all the different assortments of food.
Leona will accompany him, sampling some of the finery, some of the fine dishes as well. She does comment, you know, if you're going to be a diplomat, we'll have to get you a suit.
He freezes, just looks through her. No.
No.
Yes.
Come on, I think you'd look dashing in a suit.
I suppose so.
I had to wear a
A
dress.
suit would be
You
a
have
bit
to wear a
cleaner,
suit, mate.
and I've not had a change of attire since. He got
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're kind of cut out, or Flinger.
You got
Here.
disintegrated. It didn't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
All right. I guess we can see what Hinako is getting up to.
I hear some noises from Flinger, but well, since that's not happening, I guess I'll, as I mentioned in the chat, be keeping my eyes out for any particularly suspicious people. Toss.
Everything seems to be well. Okay. I guess the first question to ask is: you are keeping an eye out for suspicious people. Is there anywhere you are trying to suspicious the people?
Mm, I might be looking at most suspicious right now, but I'm checking out like doorways to uh, personnel only rooms and such, as in
Just roaming
potential
the halls, basically.
engineer. Yeah, such things.
Hinako, dear, you have sunglasses. You're not suspicious at all.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Wearing sunglasses inside.
Oh, good, you're back. You kind of cut
Hey,
out there the last bit,
I've
Flinger.
been here. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely cut out.
Sinbad said that he kind of thought about the suit for a minute, then looking down at his own attire, kind of thinking it's been a while since he's worn anything else. A bit too long. Ew.
Leona will pat him on the shoulder. I mean, magical cleaning's all well and good, but sometimes you just need to change them, right?
Yes. I suppose that there is a point.
I'm sure they have I'm sure they have some shops on board. We can have a look, see if there's anything.
Look,
Alright.
my own gear. Eh.
Oh, hush you. Sinbad cares about things like cleanliness.
Oh, yes.
I don't
And
care
yeah,
about
Leona will
that
have
thing.
herself some lunch with Sinbad, and then they'll see about getting him some fancy clothes.
As you head outside the cabin, you notice that the pleasant hallway music uh, has just changed tracks, and Hinako, your eyes narrow a teeny tiny bit as the world's most suspicious freeform jazz starts playing over the airwaves. Ba-na-na-na-na.
That's
Can
none
I
of
get
that thing.
uh, real fast? Where is the Norvin during all this?
Nowhere in particular. Like nowhere specific.
Probably somewhere with the other two.
Trying to stay
Like-
nearby the other two, but not like.
As always, Hinako's off on her own.
Yeah. Never mind
Let's
random remarks she made that those two. But
let's do a round of perception checks from everybody for now.
Perception.
Ready? Perceive.
Literally everything. Cool. Let's start with Norvin, who is no wait, Hinako. Hinako's the one. Hinako's the one off doing her own thing. You are pacing around, and you're pacing around near the main deck, in your normal foxy manner. Dexter, it is a box. You know how boxes work. Sorry, he's making noise.
meow.
You observe one silver-haired gentleman that you recognize from the docks head in towards a maintenance room. From his attire, he is very clearly and evidently not one of the crewmen aboard the ship. He was he just strolled he just strolled in with a suit and tie.
I am going to stroll in after him.
You open the door to the maintenance room. You're greeted by myriad pipes and boilers and all sorts of regulators and mechanical doodads, all used to keep this wonderful HSS to be determined afloat above the air. But as you open the door, your silver-haired friend, snappily dressed, is nowhere to be seen.
Check my corners and every other corner because I do not want to be backstabbed here.
Perception?
Another perceive. And it's not much better.
He is not. You clear the room. He is not here.
This does not bode well. I am going to find any kind of personnel, be it in this room or outside in the hallways, and notify them of a potential security risk. Kinda hush hush. This will not cause a panic.
Of course. We will get to the reveal of that momentarily. In the meantime, our other three notice that golden-haired gentleman from earlier who accompanied the silver-haired gentleman, and he is just going on for a bit of for a bit of a nice stroll when he accidentally bumps into you, Leona. He's carrying a small he's carrying a bottle of champagne and a couple of flutes, and he just barely catches everything.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I am so sorry, madam.
It's quite alright. Everything's in one piece.
Sinbad, your perception of 30 gives this guy gives you the wherewithal to know this guy is stumbling towards you, and you get out of his way before he trips.
Ah.
Right.
Sinbad will just eye him after chewing on something, just try and make himself invisible without going invisible, if that's possible.
Duck into the crowd. If there's any crowd. We're in a hallway though, aren't we?
You are in a
Fine,
hallway.
underneath
Yes.
the table. Oh, I thought we were like getting food in the one place.
We did. We were going to the after that. We were going to head to the shops and look and see if they had any suits.
Oh. Then yeah, Sinbad will just, I guess, hide behind Leona. Yes, you know what? Alrighty. Sinbad will hide beneath Leona's dress.
I don't think. Roll stealth to see if Leona notices.
DM's call.
It's a
Stealth road.
it's really a flavor thing, but
Oh God, 3. It's like the lowest I think I've
Listen,
ever rolled.
Leona. Oh,
Come
Leona
on, with the
actually is
shadow of her
aware of.
dress.
Leona is actually aware of Sinbad hiding under her skirt, and she, like, doesn't say anything because she doesn't want to embarrass herself or him in front of this fancy gentleman. But
it's not, I beg your pardon, madam. Yes, sir. Yes, everything is in order. I am very, very sorry about this. You notice that he is
Alright.
dressed up like a member of the waitstaff.
All right. Sorry to interrupt your work. Carry
Is he
on.
wearing a
This this nice refined 6'2" individual is not wearing a hat.
Okay.
Okay. Leona will bow, let him carry on, and once he's out of sight, she will like step aside, like Sinbad. What are you doing in there? This isn't the time for that.
You see this nice, refined, polished waiter take his champagne and champagne flutes and turn into one of the side cabins.
Yeah. Once he's gone, Leona will like step aside, kind of like, I guess, exposing Sinbad. What are you doing in there? This isn't the time for that.
I was hiding. I'd much prefer having an advantage over people that just appear.
Mine just, I don't know.
Nice choice. And he kind of walks onwards.
Leona's face goes red and she follows. Stupid fixing Batman.
Sinbad just chuckles.
Northern was aware of all this as well.
And
Yeah.
and
Just Norvin, just finally exiting his room, witnesses that. Just sighs, goes back in.
I don't care about your romantic subplot. Do whatever you want.
All right.
They're anime
Oh.
shenanigans.
Your animation. Animation.
Yeah, seems about right. The right description.
Alright.
Yeah.
As far Hinako, you take appropriate. You take appropriate actions. You do. Report this to one of the actual one of the actual flight staff. Uh, and he asked you for a description of the individual you saw.
Silver hair, tie. I try to describe him as best as I saw him.
You're able to do so pretty satisfactorily, and the steward's eyes light up, and he gives you a smile. Oh, you don't need to worry about him. He's one of the Fisichella brothers.
Say again.
We they got they're kind of like the flight marshals. Walking around here and there, just making sure everything is in order, kind of like undercover security. That guy you saw there was Michael, and he has a brother, Rubens, who I think he's somewhere on the lower decks, I believe.
Right. Undercover secure. Okay. Fair enough. I suppose.
You don't sound convinced.
Call me skeptical.
I can go. I mean, I can go. I can go find them for you, and they can introduce themselves if you don't believe me.
Sure. If that is something you're capable of, then I would like to meet these people. I'm coming through. Alright, or is my noise reduction too strong?
You are a bit quiet and hard to make out.
Is this better?
A bit.
I feel like my noise keeps cutting out too early. Open that one, open that window, open that window. There we go. Sure, if you can make a meeting happen, then I would like to meet these guys.
I will see if I can't round them up for you, and we can have and we can have a small sit down. Right. What should I introduce you as, by the way?
I'm an attendant of Lady Leona dos Miranda.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
That's how you do it good. That's good.
Even my parrot knows, apparently.
Well, you know. Ah, I see. And in that case, that must be rather important. Let me see. Let me see if I can't find Rubens, and he scurries off downstairs. At which at at, at which point the other three members of the party get blown past by a member of the flight crew. This hallway is just a little bit cramped for everybody's standards. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. You wouldn't have happened to see a waiter walk past here lately, would you?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Uh, when, and it immediately stops. Oh, I'm going to look like a right moron here if I get this wrong, but I don't suppose you're Lady Leona Antos Miranda.
That's correct.
I knew. I don't suppose you're associates with a with with a with a with a with a small black-haired individual who seems to have a bit of a sword magey bent to her.
Does she have a parrot on her shoulder?
Indeed.
Yeah, I know. That would be one of my security detail.
She knows one of our flight marshals going somewhere he shouldn't be, and I was going to introduce her to the second one.
Uh, so Leona's familiar with the concept of a flight marshal if she's been on a Zeppelin before.
Or just the concept of public transportation. A lot of the times, transport companies will hire one or two people to pretty much pretend to be plainclothes civilians, just in case something happens and more backup is required.
Leona nods. Just forgive her. She's never been on a. She's a bit of a how you would say outdoorsy type. Former military. She's not quite used to some of the concepts that you see in on a Zeppelin like this. Basically, basically Leona's saying she's a fucking hick. go, bear with her.
Duly noted. As far as that waiter is concerned,
He was just back there. I think he went into one of the cabins.
did you see which one?
Did loom. Let's see which one. Probably. Yeah, she'll direct him as best she can.
I see. I thank you for your time, lady. You know, I mean, Miranda. She's upstairs on the main deck if you're interested in talking with her, and
Uh,
he will head off on his way.
just tell her to. Just tell her I want. Just tell her I said for her to be a little bit less paranoid. Leona
Meanwhile,
will
Sinbad
sigh.
standing right beside her.
Leona will sigh and turn to him. What?
Nothing.
All right, let's get moving.
You head up you head up to the main flight deck and you see Hinako and her pet parrot Wink, chilling out, being foxy.
Leona will make a slight detour to go see Hinako. Why are you bugging the flight crew about shoot, what was the term of these two's job? The
Like,
Secret Service.
The Secret Service.
I'm not a Secret Service.
Close enough.
Norvin's the Secret Service.
Flight marshals.
Why are you bugging the crew about the flight marshals?
well, excuse me for finding a random civilian walking into a maintenance area kind of suspicious.
I mean, I get that, but the man told you they're the flight marshals. That's their job. Their job is to snoop around and make sure no one's up to no good. In other words, by asking to speak with them, you're preventing them from doing their job and therefore making everyone on the ship less safe.
Well, apparently those guys just knew them anyway.
Yeah. The crew, the crew confirmed their identities, confirmed them based on the description you gave to them. What are you worried about?
There's nothing wrong to have a little bit of worry.
If you're really worried about them, like, keep an eye on them, sure, if you want. But try not to interfere with their jobs.
I don't intend to.
I don't know, sigh. There are a lot, there are a lot of rich people and important people besides me on this ship. They've taken security into account.
I sure hope so.
I'm not saying that you should just relax and not worry at all, but just you're on the same team as those two.
Yes, and I'd like to get to know them.
All right, if you want to help out, ask if there's any way you can assist them.
I was trying to get,
Working with other people might be a good experience for you.
but you think I haven't been working with other people in every fucking city?
I think you have a tendency to run off on your own and not tell anyone what you're doing.
I also earn some money every left and right. And then I spend
So you're
it.
saying, Leon will cross rhyme. So you're saying your side hustle is more important than keeping me safe?
Oh, you've got Norvin. Need I say any more?
Oh, Norvin does need to sleep. He's only human.
Yes. And I'm also there when you sleep.
Whatever. Leona looks a little bit creeped out, but just sighs and says, "Whatever. Come on, Sinbad. Let's
Wait,
leave
keeping Leona safe
Hinoko
is paying?
Hold on, what now? The
the
side
side
hustle is
hustle.
paying double what keeping Leona safe.
Occasionally.
This is Leona. Leona lets out a bit of a yelp and turns to Sinbad. Right. We can get moving. Oh, wait, is Sinbad
Yes.
still under her skirt?
No, I just know where it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. Well, I am getting tired. I think some rest will do me well. I don't think I've been up to this altitude before, so that might be what's screwing with me a bit.
Aren't you gonna go
No,
check out a
sleep.
suit?
Oh, we can do
Yes,
that.
maybe. Five different people wanted my attention. But for now, I think a nap is in order, and I would like, saying that, I do need to get off real soon.
All right, Leona will nod. I'll be in to check on you later.
Alrighty. I'll see y'all. I'll see you two around. Maybe Norvin,
Bye.
wherever he is.
He's right there.
He's right
He's
there.
just mastered the
pointing
art
over.
of. He's mastered the
String.
art of standing.
So,
He's mastered.
Sinbad turns around and there's a sudden violin sting.
Yeah. He's mastered
That's
the art
not.
of standing so completely still that nobody can see him.
It's not the fact that he's standing so completely still. It's also that he hasn't said a word this entire trip.
It is suspiciously quiet.
Do you have any complaints or comments you'd like to share, Norvin?
At the moment, no.
There you go, Hinako.
Sounds fair enough. That does sound like
Hey,
Norvin.
Alright, you
Okay.
can I'll see you two later. Heads off to I'll check if they even have any suits sized for
Rats.
rat folk.
yeah. We might
Sounds
have to
good.
get one custom. We might have to get one custom ordered in the old capital.
I'm sure that'll cost a pretty penny.
You think she
Sorry,
yeah.
doesn't
back.
have money?
I have money, I think. A grand total of 945 gold.
Yeah, that's enough for a very nice suit. But
Yeah.
Leona will promise to catch Sinbad up on anything he misses.
Sinbad nods and just makes his way back to their cabin.
In the meantime, I guess you want to go talk with those flight marshals?
And unfortunately, with that, I do have to hop off.
Alright.
Like
Go make
Leona
plans.
said, I'll catch
Catch
you
me
up.
up on what I missed.
Alright, old boy.
Adios. Eh.
Alrighty then. Yes, I did want to meet the flight marshals. You can go and do whatever if you want, Leona.
Leona will nod. Once she's out of sight, turn to Norvin. Do you think she's right to be afraid, or am I right to be annoyed at her for messing with the flight marshal's jobs?
I think she was right to ask. Maybe not so much to have them fetched for her.
Leona nods. All right. Yeah, Leona will go and see if they have
Right
any
back.
rat folks size. Yep.
Just from a cursory window shopping, that's well, they do need to keep in mind they have more fun-sized patrons on board,
All
but
right.
you do manage to come across. It's not exactly the world's most amazing apparel store. There's hardly a custom tailor on board or anything, but they do have a relatively decent selection, just going from the display cases.
Alrighty. I don't know. We'll see if there's anything that would look particularly dashing on Sinbad here, or if they are going to have to wait till they get to the old capital to find something. Obviously, they're going to want to get it properly fitted in the old capital. They don't have
That
a
might
proper
that
tailor on board.
that might that might be the inhibiting factor. I know that I said that this airship is going to have a good few amenities onto it, but a custom tailor willing to do rush jobs on less than a few hours turnaround is maybe a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
You do find
Yeah.
you do find one of those black T-shirts with like with like the white button-up shirt and bow tie inked onto it.
Does that count?
Leona giggles a bit, and she will actually pick that up as a bit of a
Child
joke. Child slash halfling size. But she'll grab that as a joke before looking for if they have anything. If they don't have anything on board, yeah, she'll just grab that as a joke to Sinbad.
Nothing. Probably nothing as fine as you would like.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll get him something proper once we touch down. Is there any I don't know, like a map of the old capital on board that Leona could look at and see if she could find any place?
They're practically handing them out.
Perfect. Leona will get one of those and look for any fine tailors for small people.
There are a few, mostly downtown. Nothing in immediate like walking distance of the airport, but
Right. All right. That's fine. We can.
But you've read up enough about the old capital to be familiar with some of the sites. And once you do locate one, it's not going to be difficult to navigate yourself. Not the worst.
Alrighty. Well, we'll make a note to take Sinbad there once they land, and tuck away the joke T-shirt. Uh, and I think that's probably a good time to cut to Hinoko.
The staffer walks back with a dapperly dressed waiter with a nice golden-haired buzz cut and a slightly wizened but nevertheless amicable look on his face. And the two of you get to know each other. Uh, and he tries to and he tries to start as clearly as possible. Hinako tries to find somewhere a little more private to find these guys. You're up on you're up on the upper decks, and I think the best you can do without making the flight crew wonder where the hell you went is maybe a small table off to the side, and he understands the importance of trying to keep cover, so he will try to play along to the best of his ability, and he will introduce the waiter to you as follows. Mr. Fizikella, this wonderful young woman here just wanted to compliment you on that wonderful drink you poured for her a few minutes ago.
Ah, yes. It was such a delight. I've had quite
I'm gl-
experienced quite something like it.
uh, my, my pleasure, madam. Says Mr. Fizikella as he bows his head politely. That re- res, and I would be happy to do so. Be happy to do so again. All the recipes on board the HSS to be determined are 100% original and authentic.
That's a delight to hear.
The crew
the crew looks over at Hinako and asks politely, is there anything you would like to is there anything you'd like to ask Mr. Fisichella since he's here?
Hmm. Sorry, dog was being annoying, apparently.
Mhm.
Oh boy. I need to think. I don't know what to ask without blowing his cover or anything. I'm stupid.
Red said you had like a private place, right?
No, we're just at a table in a corner somewhere playing roles. So as not blow his cover.
Oh.
We're not exactly completely private.
You could ask for a change of venue.
True. Um. eh,
It's okay.
you wouldn't be able to show me more of those wines, right? A few different kinds, maybe somewhere.
Perhaps you would like a tour of our wine selection in person.
Yes.
Hmm. I, c- I suppose I suppose we could do that as long as our friendly freight crew member is interested in coming with for supervision, of course. By all means. Hinako, you are waved to your feet, and you are shown into the back room of of the HSS to be determined. Good try, Gold. Uh, and their quite expansive wine selection.
Hmm. Certainly, some of these I've never seen before. I must have not much of a wine connoisseur, but
Uh, Mr. Fisichella shuts the door behind you and turns to you. I'm glad to hear it. Though though that though that said, I got word from Eddie over here that you seemed a little unsure of what me and my brother are up to.
well, I'm just a suspicious sort. Let's say
What do you do for a living?
I guard a certain lady.
She's 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 friends with Lady Leona and Tasmarita. Oh, I see.
Yes, and although she is, well, let's just say laid back in the matter, I'm more of a suspect everyone type. Sorry for that. I just happened to
What?
catch your brother walking into a maintenance area while dressed as a random civilian.
Ren,
Seems suspicious to
Ren-
me.
uh, I understand. Likely an inspection. What can we do to gain your trust, Miss Hinako?
Well, can I send spots of these guys just as we're talking?
If you want to.
Well, just getting to meet you guys is already quite well. I figure someone actually suspicious wouldn't, for one, be known by the crew, and two, wouldn't be willing for a meeting such as this. I'm sorry for disturbing your work thus far.
Bad thing, nothing of it. We're happy we could help assuage your fears.
On that note, is there any particular way I could help you with your tasks? Hmm.
Uh, I, I, I have an idea. He takes a small card out of his pocket and hands it to and hands it to you, Hinako. That is the manager for me and the rest of the wait staff. If you want to try if you want to try visiting him, he is in his office for for a couple hours a day. Usually after the meal service. Feel free to drop in on him and mayhaps talk with him about and talk about our encounter with him. If you feel like I haven't done quite enough to relax your nerves.
Very well. Thank you very much, and keep up the good job.
My pleasure, Miss Hinako. You have yourself a pleasant day, and if you have any questions about the wine, I'd be happy to address them later.
Indeed. I do need to keep my lady happy with some wine every now and then, after all.
I'll see if I can't find a couple recommendations for her.
Thank you.
Uh, Rubens Fisichella bows politely and goes to exit the wine room. And as does the crew member, which you take is the signal to head on out.
I shall do so as well. And I
I'm
guess
going.
I'll
I'm going to DM you something as well.
post myself somewhere to overlook crowds or some look for any more suspicious activity.
The waiter continues on back down the stairs. As far as suspicious activity is concerned, everything else seems relatively normal as far as you're concerned, at least for the next little bit. What is Leona gotten up to now that she has completed
her joke shopping task for
Yeah,
Sinbad.
yeah. Leona is going to mingle with some of the other passengers, and while she chats, ask if there's any any recommendations to help with someone who's having a bit of trouble with the high altitudes. One of her companions, a diplomatic attaché, is feeling a bit under the weather, and she was wondering if there was anything she could get him besides just some rest to help him feel a bit better.
He reaches under the counter and comes back up with a small with a small piece of paper wrapped around two large powdery pills. He says it's citric acid. Drop those in water. They will dissolve. They will dissolve on their own. Have him drink it, and he will get plenty of vitamin C, and that should help with his altitude sickness.
Leona will thank the gentleman, and yeah.
Sinbad is not the first person this has happened to.
Yeah, she will let him rest for now, but once he's up, she'll make sure to give him that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, with that taken care of, like I said, Leona will just try and mingle with some of the other rich people, talk about the showcase. Like, I'm sure there's other people on board this ship who have an interest in it. If there's anyone who is interested in what happened, particularly with Marinhalf and our rather poor showing on the last run, Leona will give like a basic explanation of everyone, what with the attack beforehand and the question of whether the showcase was even going to be happening. Everyone was under a lot of stress, and we just didn't perform at our best. Basically, she's going to chalk it up to it wasn't our fault because we were dealing with rat assassins.
Ah, yes, the rat assassins. That would throw quite the spanner in the works, wouldn't it?
Yes, no, you can understand that everyone on the team was quite concerned. I mean, they personally attacked my hotel room after all. Who knew what they were going to be tempting next?
Oh, heavens, my goodness gracious.
Yes, no, it was quite the harrowing experience. Fortunately, my security people, she nods at Morven, had the matter well in hand and we all worked with the local authorities, made sure that everything would be going smoothly for when the showcase did happen. Still, there was, even after we did all that, everyone was still on edge, and you understand.
Yes, of course. But still, Lady Leona and Tosmerenda, I must say, you played a rather pivotal role in making sure this event went off without a hitch. I would imagine that the showcase had would have some way to thank one of its most prolific and important and fancy people, even if their team was completely pointless this weekend. But nevertheless.
Leona is both E. On one hand, she's offended that her team was called completely pointless. On the other hand, she is very happy about the praise. She nods. I've yet to hear from the marshals if they want to commend me or anything, but we are heading to their base of operations, as it were. So we'll find out if they want to make special mention of my contributions or not.
Yes, I dare say. I must say, you do have quite the knack for getting these sorts of conflicts straightened out. Though I do recall that one event well over at Sador, I do if I'm not mistaken, there was a bit of a scare there during one of the pre-race conventions.
Leona nods. Yes. The employee who was more or less responsible for that mess has left my service, as it were, and is pursuing a career in cheese making. I'm not entirely certain what she's getting up to.
Might 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 I pry as to the details? I only arrived here ahead of the underdog Grand Prix. I only heard about what was in there from the newspapers and the articles and the such. Perhaps there's
Leona will. Sorry, continue.
mayhaps there's more to this than the completely objective news sources and publications from all across the world would have you think.
Leona is going to not completely throw Thivin under the bus, but we'll say that she took a chance on a refugee mage from the Shirtikuan Empire who was in a situation which required her to flee her country. And given the difficulties that they've had with the Unfire rats, she feels quite confident that she may have basically ended up saving this woman's life. But she will definitely confess that Thivin was not cut out for the diplomatic service, and had a certain lack of understanding on how affairs are conducted in proper countries. It's not her fault, of course. She can't control where she was born, and she had the good sense to try and leave the Empire, but still, she just wasn't a good fit for the diplomatic service.
Yes. She was a loose cannon on the edge. Had to turn in her gun and her badge.
Hmm. Well, I wouldn't go quite so far as saying that. When I'm not exactly, Leona laughs. I'm not exactly what you would call law enforcement, but more or less, Thibin left the service to pursue other opportunities. I believe she had an interest in cheese making.
Ah, so she opened the fromagerie.
I don't know. I should write a letter to her and see how she's been getting on, but I've been busy with the showcase. Okay. Just asking how have you been, Thivin, is not going to make her come back, Norvin. You can relax.
You don't know that.
You know, she could just decide to come back at any point. Let's not forget.
Oh well, I did see a rat folk scurrying about here, sampling all the hors d'oeuvre trays.
Ah, yes, that would be Oh, hold on. One moment. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, take your time.
Wouldn't happen to have been a white one, right?
Well, as a matter of fact, he was white. How'd you know?
Eye patch?
Yes.
Yeah, different rat.
Oh, I see.
Right, yeah, no. Leona will basically explain that that would be Sinbad of Chitterhome. Chitterhome being a breakaway nation from the Empire, where all the right-minded, good, and civilized rat folks made their homes. After all, the entire species isn't completely whack. It's just those dastardly umpire rats who have a backward way of going about things. And Leona will explain that Sinbad is a trusted agent of the king of Chitterhome, and and has been working with her diplomatic service to stymie the efforts of the umpire and generally help the international community.
Stamai,
Yeah.
you say?
I do.
Yeah, Sinbad is a true diplomat. The- I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Leona, I'm imagining Hinoko's trying to conceal a laugh at that statement.
I was gonna make a remark about selling something bad, but you know.
Leona does shoot her a bit of a glance that says not a word. That basically says not a word. But continues the conversation with this gentleman.
I detect some tension between you two.
Oh, you must understand. My people have been on edge since the rat folk attacks, and Miss Hinako here was hasn't been on an airship, so she was unfamiliar with some of the security protocols, and there's been a little bit jumping at shadows, as you might say. She takes her job very seriously.
Oh, yes, I see.
At least I don't jump at cucumbers or away from cucumbers.
Leona looks like Leona gives you a bit of a death glare at that comment.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. When I was a lad, I used to be afraid of Brussels sprouts. I don't even know what a Brussels is. But that's where the sprouts came from, and they were the worst things I ever put in my mouth.
Well, not everywhere can produce vegetables as fine, of such high quality as Marinhalf, after all. I'm not sure what they even grow these Brussels sprouts in. I assure you, it's of no comparison to the high quality soil our farms use in Marinhalf.
And what does Marin have export specifically? Pray tell.
Oh, we
Cucumbers?
export a number of food. I'm getting. Oh, we export a number of foodstuffs, grains, the usual stuff. A few breeds of fruits have become quite popular, both for regular consumption as well as alchemical ingredients. The fuel mixture used by our engineering crew is in fact is based on a specific breed of melon that has been specially developed.
Ah, yes, yes, I remember this. The world-acclaimed Marin half melons.
Indeed. Prize winning, even.
Yes, yes, I can imagine. I'm unfortunately not much of a diplomat myself. In fact, if anything, I am I am mostly a banker, an accountant of sorts. However,
Oh,
but I've had one of the wonderful things about Marin Half's fruit selections.
indeed. We're looking to expand our reach a bit. Looking at industrializing in some aspects. Part of the reason we joined the showcase this year was to promote interest in our new in our new engineering firms. Locally, they are mostly just producing automated farm equipment, but we have high hopes for them, even if we did struggle this particular run of the showcase. We've done fairly well considering it's our first time out overall.
Even after that lackluster yesterday, of course.
Yes, I am taking that into account. You were there for the Underdark Grand Prix. We did fairly well.
Yes, I was. I expect good things to come. I expect good things to come from that team. Not every nation can just enter the showcase and start and pretty solidly lock down fifth in the team's championship.
Leona nods. Thank you. It's a matter of pride for us that we've done so well. That we've done so well overall.
Should have seen
And
me this weekend on the
everyone
bike.
ignore. I'm sorry, say again?
Should have seen me this weekend on the bike. Set a track record.
Leona nods. Oh yeah, you honestly, if you weren't doing my security, I'd consider you putting on the team as a backup driver.
Well, that sounds
we
good on
had a
paper. Well, that sounds good on paper. Riding a bicycle is a very, very different skill set as opposed to driving a car.
Yeah, not planning to do a car.
Yeah, Leona does nod. As I said, though, the team is putting in every bit of effort that they can to do what they can. It's just, what if the rat folk attacks from the Undpire? Everyone's just been a little under pressure, and honestly, as the showcase is coming to end, that just meant for a bad showing last week. I'm hoping that everyone can just overcome these challenges. We'll move ahead and place well in the final event.
I very much look forward to it then. But it will not. It's not particularly easy to do so around the around the old capital circuit. It goes past the casino. It goes down the main square, past the swimming pool. Not to not to mention the racing surface is brick of all things.
The racing surface is what of all things?
Brick, cobblestone.
Oh,
Man. Might want
that
to
is
figure that out.
unusual. Yeah, I might have to talk with my engineers about I don't know, maybe doing some tests if we have any. We don't. I don't think the team has raced on any brick track as of yet.
It's one of a kind. A very lazy, low speed street track around the streets of the old capital.
I suppose that would explain all the twists and turns.
Correct.
All right. I'll make sure. Thank you for that bit of advice. I'll make sure to make sure that all my racers know to keep a light touch on the accelerator.
But of course.
All right. Yeah. Leon will just continue on with this conversation for a bit, going on for a while longer, unless you had anything of note you wanted to discuss with this. You wanted this man to discuss with Leona?
Not in particular. I was just trying to do a little bit of world building. There were
Nope.
things on this on the airship that I kind of wanted to do, though the way things kind of played out, it would be nice if Flinger
Sinbad
might
was here, yeah.
Flinger might be missing out on more than I would prefer he would.
Well, we usually end this at around what, 4? That's in 15 minutes, right?
I thought we went to 5 now, so that because for our sessions, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. No, I'm wrong. Ignore me. Um. Hum.
Nevertheless, if you don't want
Yeah, if we do, I would prefer for Sinbad to be here for the actual interesting thing. You can drop us off at we can continue on until we reach a suitable cliffhanger right before things are about to happen.
or if you prefer, just stop here.
Yeah, or just stop here. This does feel like a decent stopping point.
I think that might be what we need to do, and then that way we can say we have the powder keg, and things are ready for intrigue to happen later on.
We'll thank the banker gentleman for his time and say she's going to be checking up on her companion from Chitterhome. She got him a bit of citric acid to try and help him feel a bit better. Just wanted to give him some time to rest a little bit before bursting in on him. And yeah, having presumably spent I don't know, probably like a full fucking hour just talking about fancy things, Leona's gonna head to the cabins to check up on Sinbad.
I think I should probably ask if Leona met either of the two brothers.
Leona saw one of them.
Which one?
Was it the silver-haired one, I think?
The golden hair one was the waiter.
Yeah, Leona saw the golden-haired one go into a cabin.
That's interesting. Because I spoke with the golden one and he seemed very surprised to know that you were on the ship. And I suspected it was after you walked into him or whatever. Is there a body double going around? Even more suspicious. Sus alert!
Leona, does he know? I'll ask Leona this, actually. About the brothers, because, well, we might know, our characters might not.
That is what Hinako was asking, yes.
Alright, as Leona's cutting away, she's like, yes, he ran into me and Sinbad while we were heading down the hall. Why do you ask?
Really? Because when I spoke with the golden-haired brother, he seemed legit surprised to hear you were on the ship.
You're not that famous, Hinako.
What, you didn't immediately introduce yourself to him?
I legitimately cannot remember. Either he... so I'm just gonna say Leona shrugs. No, I don't introduce myself to every Tom, Dick, and Harry I run into.
Oh, fair enough, I guess.
I know I have a distinctive appearance, but I'm not not the only ASMR in the world.
No, I feel like you're pretty much everybody knows you.
Did you
But
know me before we met?
no, but I live on a different island. Lived on a different island. I was mostly in military training.
Fair
Goddamn
enough.
bugs.
Look, if you're that worried,
Ahinakos Max Mosquito that somehow got on board.
only on the size. If you're really that worried about it, then
I'll be
did they?
somewhere up there, points at random overhang or whatever. I'll just be
Yeah.
keeping an eye on
I'm not
going
against
on.
you looking. I'm not against you looking into this. Just don't get in the way of them doing their job. Is all.
I'm not.
I mean, technically, you did by calling them away from doing their job to ask them questions.
And I apologize for that. Of course. I just
Fine.
wanted to know. Let's say the truth of what we're dealing with.
All right. If you
For lack
are,
of better words.
if you really do feel like something's wrong, you have good instincts, and feel free to investigate that. Oh, whatever it is. Heck, if you need backup, feel free to take Norton for it.
So you and Simba can go do your thing.
I've just got, I've just got a bit of medicine for him to help him feel a bit better. Is all.
Yeah, yes, medicine.
Well, Leona huffs it. He hasn't been this high up before.
Neither have I.
Yes, but you
Well, to be
lived on a
fair,
mountain range.
I'm not sure how
You
high the
lived on a.
volcano top is.
Yeah, I was about to say you lived and trained on a mountain range. It might not have been quite this high before, but as I understand, Chitterhome is nestled in a valley somewhere.
Fair. Anyway, I'll be up there somewhere later.
All right, take care.
And Norvin can do what Norvin does.
Leona will nod. Yeah, so basically, whenever the shit hits the fan, Norvin can be wherever is most convenient. Because
Right.
I'm convinced now that there is something going on. Leona isn't.
And Hiko is just a what do you
Paranoid.
call? Yeah, I suppose that's the way to put it.
What is Norvin's thoughts on what may or may not be going on, actually?
I literally have this trait, by the way.
Yeah.
I do not know enough, but I doubt it's going to be crash the ship while they're on it or anything.
And if it's not that, you really don't care.
I have one job.
Your job is not keep everyone on the ship okay in one piece. It is keep Leona in one piece. Although I suppose if you can keep
If
everyone
I
on the ship in one.
if I can save a boatload of people, yeah, sure. But like it's probably anything that's happening is probably not that.
Yeah. I do like how you actually. So we're calling the session here.
I think that's what we have to do. There's going to be things happening, and I would appreciate it, and I think Flinger would appreciate it if we didn't do too much action all at once.
Right then. All
Right
right.
then.
So, cut the recording.
Clickety, clickety.